Alright, so this is the Bionicle Inspiration series. We inspire you by showing you incredible Bionicle creations from across the Bionicle community. And today we're going to be talking about NPU, and that's nice part use. And the best way that I can inspire you by showing you some sick part usage, well, it's to showcase the king of NPU, and that's Joxon. So every mock that I showcase today is going to be built by the great Joxon, and I assure you each one is going to blow your mind because he's so good at building. Alright, the first Jock mock today, it's Wheezing Shambler. Right off the bat, this sick nightmare bug is just brilliant. Joxon is a master at creating buildable characters, and this one has an aesthetic that's unlike any other LEGO creation. And it's all thanks to the fact that he's using some kind of obscure LEGO pieces, as well as more ordinary pieces, but just in some interesting ways. So the bulk of the body here and this interesting eye design, it's made up using the body piece that came on this Galador set here, and that's Gorm. Now what a clever idea to take advantage of the fact that Gorm had some odd purple armpits, and then you turn those armpits into some scary looking bug eyes. So clever. Oh, and then Gorm's arms are also being used here to create the legs and the arms of this creature as well. How clever. I do also like the fact that these wing pieces here, they blend quite nicely with the colors of this torso piece. So these wings, they appeared in the somewhat recent Dreams set, which was this Pegasus set here. Yeah, great to see some really modern pieces getting some use with some surprisingly old pieces as well. And then this mock has a mouth design that looks like it's just this big maw of teeth. But this is actually the Star Wars Ultra Build Darth Maul headpiece, but it's flipped upside down. And that, by the way, is such a good way to come up with NPUs. Flip pieces, turn them upside down, hide areas of that piece, and only showcase one or two sections of that part. Joxon did that here. He covered up all of Darth Maul's facial features and buried it into the rest of the body, so you're only seeing the back of the head. That's smart, that's clever, and it really completes the look here of this creepy looking bug. Digimanted 2.0 Gold is the next mock today, and I love this concept, a sweet robotic or digital praying mantis. It's a very fun idea. Now also, I just want to quickly point out a comment that was left on this mock on Flickr. The person who commented on it was named Lavish Lamp, and they said the following. The limited color palette is very tasteful, reminiscent of early video games. I can totally see this as part of a squad of baddies in an NES era affair. Yeah, I totally agree with that. The more minimal color scheme here, it was just such a good choice. So what's up with the head design here? It seems to be using some kind of big old green wheel on the head. What is that? Well, it's not actually a wheel, it's actually the top part of this Ninjago spinner thing. You pull back the cord and then the top part there, it flies off with Lloyd inside. So Joxon obviously got two of these and then used them to form the bulk of this face. I love seeing that. Yeah, there's a lot of big, bulky LEGO pieces out there. And yeah, some people sometimes think with some of those big, bulky pieces, how do you use them outside of their intended purpose? They're kind of just useless pieces, right? You can really only use them for what they came for in the set and nothing else. But then you see a mock like this and you think, yeah, nuts to that idea. Every piece has so many different uses, you just got to think outside the box a little bit. So if you're like me and you've got a big old drawer of semi-useless pieces or just really big bulky stuff that is difficult to use, try doing something like this. Maybe you can put that stuff to good use. We can also see the top part of the head here using 3 Liwanuva masks and then placing them together. Now doing that, it does form this really interesting bug carapace aesthetic. See, there's another great way to also come up with some NPU. Just spam pieces. You might create a really interesting texture when you do so, and suddenly you got a nice part use. The hands of this praying mantis, they're made with a couple different pieces. At the back here we can see this piece, and this is actually a Borok body piece in green, like we can see here. And then that's being combined with a slightly more obscure piece. It's this specific piece. Now, it doesn't really look like LEGO, but it is. It's from this set. It was a theme called Snap, which was kind of sort of LEGO's competition with K'NEX. It was a weird LEGO theme, that's for sure, but hey, Joxon's pretty good at taking weird stuff and making it wonderful. And also, what a surprisingly nice combination of pieces, that Snap piece and the Borok body. They blend together perfectly and they make for a perfect praying mantis arm design. Carnival will be our next mock today, and what a funky face design. This face is made by using 2 of these different colored saw blade pieces. The trans dark pink saw blade piece that appears on a very recent Ninjago mech here. Now, that piece does look really nice in trans dark pink, doesn't it? And if you want the nice trans light blue version, that comes on this smaller and slightly older Ninjago mech. But yeah, the 2 overlapping like that, it creates the most unique head design you ever did see. And then adding in some teeth in the leftover gap in the middle, love that. This teeth design here, it uses 2 tan gear pieces. Now these appear in a variety of different Technic sets and they're used as gears, But if you want a bunch of them, you get heaps of them in the Dried Flowers Botanical Lego set. So yeah, if you want heaps, you want like a lifetime supply of these pieces, just buy that set. You'll have enough. And this cool bendy limb design here using some bony appendage pieces. These of course came on Queen Beast and they were used on her wings. And we can also see some interesting frilly bits on the back here of this MOC. These use some of the cocoon pieces that appear on some various Invasion from Below Lego sets. But yeah, this is great. This is like funky disco alien. That's just so groovy. Now this is Nuva. Oh, and I remember when this was posted. A bunch of my friends in a Discord server I'm in, they lost their mind at some of the crazy part usages here. The one that made them really lose their minds was this one. So we can see on this upper arm design, it's using this bright green pipe piece. Now this is the same pipe piece that appears in various Lego Mario sets. Yeah, that alone is cool. But then we see that the bright green starts to kind of transition down into silver. That looks great, but how is that happening? Well, it's using this Ninjago spinner piece. And as we can see on the edge here, it looks pretty similar. The bright green transitions into the silver. Now how clever is that? The circular design of both of these parts, they pair so well with each other. The nice transition of color, so good. The joints of this MOC also use these interesting ball element pieces. Now these come on a lot of different versions of the Republic Gunship set, but when I was looking through Bricklink, I couldn't find any of them in silver like we see on this MOC. So I don't know if the coloration of this piece means that this specific example we're seeing is a bootleg version, or maybe I missed something, but I don't know if that piece does come in silver. Regardless though, that piece exists, it's an official Lego piece. It comes in other colors, you could still do the same design, just colored differently. The knee design here also uses this interesting triangular shaped piece. This one comes from a Nexo Knight set, a few different Nexo Knight sets actually. And what's nice about this is it complements the Knights Kingdom armor that we can see on this same leg design. Of course, Knights Kingdom armor appearing from Knights Kingdom sets, much like this one here. Yeah man, this MOC is just a shining example of nice part use. Alright, now for Mellow. The most obvious piece used here, of course, is the odd ball with the big smile on it. So this is a Lego piece, it's not just some random child's toy that Joxon put in here. This comes from a rather old Duplo set, and I wish I had this set. I mean, look at all these weird pipe pieces and other goofy parts. There's also other balls in here with faces on them too. It's a great set. So yeah, using that yellow ball for a face design, it's not something you see every day, but it is very cool. Now it's trapped inside this trans-clear container. This specific container is a video set. Here's the individual piece on Bricklink, here's the set that it comes in. That black strap also appeared in the exact same set as well. It's another pretty cool piece, to be honest. Now the sides of Mellow have these spiky 2x2 round bricks in purple. Here they are on Bricklink here. So these do appear in some Mario sets in other colors, but if you want them in purple, they came in this older Nexo Knights set. You can see these cute little villain characters here that use this piece. And the NPU just keeps on coming. That large purple circular piece that's around the body of Mellow, that piece is from this Lego Stunts set. It's pretty easy to see where it is here. It's just that big stunt ring with the lightning coming out of it in the middle here. And then the arms here, they're made out of these curved gear pieces. Now, unless I'm wrong, the gears on Jock's MOC here, they look like they're in light bluish grey. But Bricklink says that this piece does not appear in light bluish grey. The closest colour would probably be sand blue. They come in sand blue in this recent City Space set. So I don't know, maybe the lighting is just playing tricks on me, or I totally missed something on Bricklink. But still, if you want a modern set that has that piece in it, this is your set. Yeah, Mellow's a really fun character. And the part use is on point. And finally, one of my favourite MOCs from Joxon, it's Roller. God, I love this. The sphere-shaped body design, it's using some of those strap pieces that we saw before, but this time in yellow. And if you want them in yellow specifically, it came on this Dreams set. Well, not Dreams, Video. You think it's a dream because the theme died so quickly, but no, Video. Don't know if I said Dreams accidentally before. You know what I meant in the previous section. Or I said it correctly, who knows? I don't remember. But yeah, getting so many of these strap pieces and wrapping them like this, and even having some down below around the eyes, that is so freaking cool. And seeing the interesting dotted texture of this piece, that would be almost impossible to recreate with other existing pieces. Only this part could pull off that kind of look. Genius. Now the ends of this sphere, they're capped off with these large yellow dish pieces. Now these came in an old X-Pod set. The set had this interesting carry case with those yellow dishes on the end, and so Joxon has used them here, and it looks mighty fine. There is another rounded piece up top here, and at first I wasn't really sure where this came from, but I believe it's this piece. This actually also appeared in that same Duplo set that we spoke about before. So hey, buying that set was certainly a good investment for Joxon. He's using a lot of the different pieces that came in that. But my favorite part use here is this magenta dome top. Two of them come in this Little Mermaid set, and I love the way that they've been placed on here. The fact that they're just sort of apart from one another, it creates this really interesting divot between those two sections, and it kind of looks a little bit like a bit of a mouth design. So smart. What a great way to use that piece. It's interesting how you can use a piece in a clever way, but how you attach it, leaving that little gap there, it can enhance it even more. Like, this would have looked great if you put those two pieces right next to each other, but it's even better like that. Joxon, you're so smart. So there you go. Hopefully seeing all these different examples of NPU got you thinking a little bit, and it's inspired you to play with your own pieces and come up with some clever connections and clever part usage. Check the links in the description below. I'll have links to Joxon's Flickr and Instagram and all the mocks I spoke about today right there for you to check out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.